Okie dokie. All right. Welcome. Yoga for stress relief. My name's Allie. So today, no special props are needed. Blocks are always handy if you have them. And then a blanket is nice just for extra cushion for your knees. We are going to start seated. So I like to sit on a blanket to start. It's good to have your hips a little bit higher than your knees if you can. So you might need to like put a couple blankets under your bum and just do your best to sit tall. We'll start with a little breath work. You can let your eyes close or just relax your gaze, relax the muscles around your eyes and lips. My cat. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, go. Okay. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, get settled in your seat. Relax your jaw and your tongue. As you inhale, grow tall, lengthen through the spine. Breathe lots of space in between the ribs and around the heart. Keep lengthening through the throat, through the crown. And keep that inner lift as you exhale. Let the shoulders settle onto the back of the heart. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Let the skin around your forehead and eyes be smooth. And drop into Ujjayi Pranayama, a gentle tone in the back of the throat. Let your inhalation be full and your exhalation complete. Really push all the air out. And let your inhale and exhale be the same length, same quality, same effort. And then start to add a little tiny pause at the very top of your breath, just a little moment of lingering before you exhale. And a little pause at the very bottom of your breath, so squeezing all the air out. Little pause before you inhale. And keep going. Little pause at the top. And little pause at the bottom. Just noticing the expansion and contraction of the belly. Feel the rib cage expanding equally in all directions like a balloon. Notice the rise and fall of the chest. Rise and fall of the back of the heart. See how much movement you can get in your body just from the breath. So you're not trying to move your muscles or your bones, but see the little tiny movement that happens from breathing. Maybe a little movement in your pelvis, your shoulders. Just taking these first few moments to arrive here, letting your body and mind settle. And the next time you inhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. And take this time to set an intention for your practice, to make an offering or a prayer. And we'll start this morning chanting one Om together. Take a deep breath in. Oh. And bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. So we'll stay seated, but you can move whatever's under your bum out of the way. And then cross your legs tighter. You're trying to get your knees more in line with the hips, and the feet are strong. So inhale, kind of scoop your head down like you're ducking under a wave, and then reach your heart forward and up. And then you can rock back. Hold on to the legs a little bit. Duck down. Forward and up. Keep going. Then reverse that. So let your heart lead the way and then curl back. And then inhale, stretch the arms up, clasp your fingers. So clasp your fingers, but leave your index finger pointing and pull yourself, just wiggle yourself taller. Big inhale, get tall. Deep breath in, and then pull yourself over to the left. Pull the bottom hand, use the bottom hand to lengthen the top. Pull the ribs in and stay heavy in the hips, and a giant breath into that right side. Big breath into the lungs. And then let the hand come down. Keep reaching. Push this handprint into the floor and away from you. And use that traction of the floor to get a little more stretch through that side body. And then big circles with this top arm. And go the other way. And just do whatever feels good for your neck. Maybe it's looking down. Maybe it's looking up. Then hold the side bend again. One more big stretch here. And then come back to center, clasp your fingers again. And we're going to twist to that same direction. So twist to the left, grow yourself tall, squeeze your belly and twist. So think about pulling your left ribs back and push your right ribs forward. Giant breath in, lengthen, and then let the arms come down. Keep twisting. Look way over that left shoulder and turn your eyeballs to the left corner of your eye. Little stretch for your eyeball. And then keep twisting, but turn your head to the right, eyeballs to the right corner. Then inhale back to center, switch the leg that's in front. And we'll start with little spirals this time. So this can be really big. You can keep it kind of small. Just play with circling your torso around the hips. And then eventually go the other direction. And then come back to center, reach the arms up, Clasp the fingers, try to do the other way. So it might feel weird, the weird way. Grow yourself tall, pull, 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 big inhale, side bend to the right. Bottom hand pulls the top, ribs in the body, keep your hips heavy. Giant breath into the left side body and lungs. And then let the hand come down, keep reaching. Push the bottom hand into the floor, away from you, and let that help keep the hips heavy. And then big circles, little bend in the elbow. So you're really trying to work shoulder range of motion. Notice those spots that you tend to avoid and slow down there. Go both ways. Hold the side bend again. And then inhale to rise. Get ready to twist. Wiggle yourself tall. Big inhale. Exhale, twist. Take another giant breath in. Try to stay strong in your abs. Let that help keep your legs stable as you try to twist your upper body a little more. And then let the hands come down. Keep the heart lifted. Sit tall and look all the way to the right. Turn your eyeballs to the right corner of your eye. Keep twisting your chest. Turn the head to the left and eyeballs to the left. Good. Inhale back to center. Reach the arms up. Deep breath in. Cactus the elbows. Pull the elbows down towards your hips. Lift your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull. One more like that. And pull. Good. Okay, bring the hands behind. Legs out in front, kind of wide, like as wide as your mat. Flex the feet, pull them back, and you're twisting. So take your left hand across, grab your shin or your foot, and you're letting your upper back round. You're pulling on your leg or your foot, trying to open the back of the shoulder blade. So big breath into your upper back on that shoulder blade. And then come back to center and switch. So hand goes across, you're pulling, and then push your leg into the hand so it has something to pull against. Kind of round the upper back, giant breath into the shoulder blade back there. Okay, back to center. Inhale, keep the legs like this, and a windshield wiper the legs right and left. So really play with internal rotation, that femur bone in the pelvis. And your feet are strong, ankles strong. Then leave the legs to the left. Walk your hands to behind you, and you can stay here lifting tall, or you can kind of walk yourself forward onto your forearms, or you might stack your fists or put a block under your forehead and let your head land. But let yourself be a little more passive. If you can make a pillow with your hands, it's good to let your forehead land on something. And then slowly pick yourself up. Come back to center and switch sides. Knees to the right, twist to the right, and either stay upright or kind of walk yourself forward and take your time. Let your forehead land if you do come down. And then handprints, push down, walk yourself back to center. And come over to hands and knees. So we will be on our knees a little bit here. Mari, if it's bothering your knees, put lots of squishiness or, stand if that's what you need to do. We'll be on our hands and knees, but also I know you can play around with what we do. Okay, so hands and knees, spread your fingers nice and wide. And just start with some big circles with your shoulders. And go the other way. Then pause in neutral. Turn your fingers externally. So you're turning it towards the side of the room and then fingers back toward your knees. And if it's a lot to do that, you can do one at a time. Some of you might like to do both together. So either way, you can do one hand at a time or both hands. Play with cat and cow with your wrist, hands, fingers backwards. You probably won't go quite as big as normal. Watch out for locking the elbows. So a little micro bend in your elbows. Kind of bend them towards your belly. And then lean a tiny bit right, lean a tiny bit left. If you just did one hand, switch hands. Be really gentle. Keep clawing your hands so your knuckles and your fingers are pushing down strong, and that's helping your forearm muscles be strong. And then slowly turn your hands back to forward. Spread your fingers, and then you're picking up your wrists and slowly putting them back down. Pick up your wrists and be slow on the descend, and you're trying to let them come down at the same rate. So sometimes like one hand wants to come first, then the other. Try to let them slowly come down together. Good. Then squish your handprints down. Walk your knees back a little bit. Big hip circles. And don't worry too much about what this looks like. This is one of my favorite poses to just experiment with. So your handprints are really anchored and strong, but just close your eyes and don't think too hard about what you're doing. Maybe it's more of a forward and back. Maybe it's a zigzag. And then walk your hands forward on your yoga mat and grab the edges of your mat for puppy pose. So you're stretching your arms, they're strong. You're pulling the mat wide and long. Keep lifting your arm bones up towards the sky and slowly let your heart kind of move through the arms towards the floor. So some people, the heart gets to the floor, or the forehead gets to the floor, but don't worry too much about that. Keep your ribs in the body, keep your arms strong, and you're trying to use the strength of the shoulder blades squeezing on the back of the heart to gently press your heart towards the floor. Okay, back off a little bit. Let go of the mat. Walk your hands way over to the left. Walk your right fingers even longer. So like wiggle those fingers even longer and giant breath into the right side body. Push your right hand down. Drag it back a little bit. Like use the traction of the floor to get a bigger stretch in your waist. And then walk back to center, other side. Walk over to the right. Left fingers get longer. Wiggle, wiggle longer. Push your handprint down, drag it back. Okay, back to center. Get ready for downward facing dog. Spread the fingers, tuck your toes. Reach your hips up and back. Big stretch through the arms and legs. Have any wiggles you like to do? Pedal your feet, wiggle your hips. Maybe let your head shake out a little right and left. And then walk your hands to your feet, forward fold, and get the blocks under your hands if you need them, or bend your knees a lot until your hands can touch the floor. Lift and spread the toes. Just check the alignment of the legs so the knees and toes are pointing forward. And then rock onto the inner edge of the foot and the outer edge of the foot. So you're kind of working your ankle mobility and strength. Outer edge of the foot, inner edge of the foot, and just kind of play around with noticing all the little different muscles in your foot. Then you'll pause and do the opposite. So you rock back on your heels, lift the toes, the whole foot as high as you can, and then squish your footprint down and lift the heels as high as you can. So ankle strength and stability. So you'll probably notice them wobble. Keep going. Rock back on your heels. Go as high as you can on your tippy toes. Notice where they wobble. Then leave your foot down. Spread the toes and only pick up your big toe. And it's so hard. Like on one foot, I can do it. And you can help your toes if you need to. So big toe up and down. Just play with that. Big toe up and down. So hard. One foot listens and the other one does not listen. Okay, leave your big toe down. All the little toes up and down. All the little toes up and down. And notice the parts of the foot that are working when you play with your toes. Okay, one more thing here. Alternate. Big toe down, little toes up. Little toes down, big toe up. And switch. Big toe down, little toes up. Switch. And spread the toes. Come halfway up on your in-breath. Use your blocks if you need to. Open your heart, giant breath in. Take your time to fold over the legs. Let the heart lead the way. The head drops last. 2 more like that. Really strong in the backs of the legs. Make your legs strong. Big open heart. Take your full exhale to fold. No rush. 1 more. Strong feet. And get ready to stand. Inhale, take the arms wide. Reach up, take up a lot of space. Hands at your heart. Exhale. Just pause. You can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or both hands at your heart. Just pause and check in. Feel your feet connecting to the earth. Maybe notice your heartbeat, notice your breath. And release the hands. Inhale, stretch up. I'm going to go on my knees, but stay on your hands just so you can see me. Pull your hands, stay on your feet, not your hands. Pull your hands up, 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 up. Side bend again. We played with this earlier, seated. Pull the bottom hand to help lengthen the top. And then inhale to stand. Switch the fingers. Grow tall, inhale. Side bend, other way. Take another breath in. Stay here. Exhale. Inhale to stand. So reach the arms up and then cactus the elbows as you twist. Inhale to center. Bend the elbows, cactus as you twist. Now watch out for the hip wanting to follow your face. So as you twist, push the left hip forward, or whichever hip. As you twist to the right, Push the right hip forward. Stay stable in the legs. It takes core strength. One more each way. Twist and pull. Inhale to reach. Twist. And then one more coming through center. Stay center. Pull the elbows down. Lift the heart. And then reach up tall. Big giant breath in. Fold on your exhale. Go slow. Folding in. Halfway up on your in-breath. Walk yourself forward to plank pose. Slowly come onto your belly. You can bring the knees down or however you get there, go slow. Work that arm strength. Go wide with your fingers off the mat. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your heart, cobra. And then we're twisting. So drop one shoulder as you exhale, twist. Inhale through center. And twist. Do a couple more. Keep stretching through the legs. Just go at your own pace. Inhale. Twist. Okay, bring your hands next to your ribs. Come up to hands and knees. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Leave the back knee down if you can, but if not, you can be in a regular lunge. Lift the back knee or back knee down. So hands right under your shoulders. Inhale your heart forward. Exhale, pull the hips back. Pull the toes back. Let's go back and forth with your breath. Hips forward, heart forward. Exhale. Then pull the hips back to that half split. Try not to lock the knee here. And push your footprint down, really spread the toes and pull the foot back. So kind of like a point and flex. Then pull the toes back. Externally rotate, internally rotate. So really try to play with femur bone moving in the pelvis. Try not to move the foot or the ankle. Okay, back to your lunge. Walk your hands way over to the left, away from the leg. And then just have a little wiggle in your hips. Pay attention to this front knee. It likes to follow your face. So keep that knee pointing forward. You can do a little forward back, a little circle with your pelvis. You could even do like a little kind of mini push-up, widen the elbows. So just playing with the hips a little bit here. Then the left hand stays down. Right arm reaches forward. And sweep the right arm right by your face. You're trying to get the bicep right by your face. And then try to open your chest to the sky. Big breath. And then slowly walk yourself back to your foot. So that was a kind of a big open twist. Now we're going to get a little tighter in your twist. So left hand to the floor or your block. Right hand on the thigh. Twist. And you could reach the arm up, or if you like to hook and do the prayer hands, you can do that here too. Okay, slowly unwind yourself. Step back, hands and knees. Take like 5 breaths to do what you need to do to neutralize before we do the second side. So maybe it's a child's pose. Maybe it's a down dog. Don't think too hard about it. Deep breath. And then get ready for second side. Left foot forward, lunge, back knee down or up. Back knee up or down. So back and forth with the hips. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, hips back. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, hips back. Keep going. Then hold the half split. And it's a point and flex. So really try to spread the toes and squish them all the way down and pull your whole foot back. And then keep the toes back, external and internal rotation. Then we'll play with the twist. So you're walking away. So the wide twist first, you're walking away from your leg. Little wiggle in the hips. Then add the side bend. So sweep that left arm right by your face. Lean back. Then walk yourself closer to your foot. Tighter twist. So push your hand into the thigh and let that help twist your ribs. And play with squishing yourself nice and tight to your leg. And you can leave your hand on your leg or open up. Or again, the prayer twist. Okay, slowly unwind yourself. From here, make your way onto your belly. Come all the way onto your belly. And just make a pillow with your hands. Wiggle the hips a little bit. Take a giant breath in. Big exhale. As you breathe, really feel your belly push into the floor. Let that feedback of the ground help you have a bigger breath. And relax your jaw, big exhale. Okay, so stretch the legs long, get strong in your legs, pull the ribs into the body, and then bring the hands back by your hips with the thumbs closer to your bum and the palms kind of pointing up. Just let your head rest for this first bit. And play with the shoulders dropping down to the floor and squeezing them up to the sky. Shoulders drop down to the floor, like completely relax. And then squeeze your shoulders up to the sky. And your head and chest might lift with that squeezing. But really try to compare the difference of like really relaxing shoulders and then squeezing them and engaging the upper back. And so we're going to add on. Squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back and then push your hands as high as your shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Push your hands strong like you're pushing weights up with those hands. And then do it again. Squeeze the shoulders. Push your handprints. And then rest. Bring one ear to the mat. Completely relax the shoulders. Wiggle the hips if you need to. Really big breath in. Let it out. Okay, one more round of that. Come back to center. The shoulders are relaxed. Squeeze the shoulders together on the back. Push your handprints. Shoulder blades squeeze. Push your handprints. Optional to lift the legs. Get strong in your front body. And then also optional to grab the heels if you want a little more of a bow. Either way, shoulder blades squeeze. Push your handprints up. Big open heart. And then relax. Take your other ear to the mat. Relax your belly. Really big breath in. Try to just compare working and then really softening. Okay. Inhale back to hands and knees. And push back to child's pose, but take your time. Go really slow. You can slide a block under your forehead or make a pillow with your hands. Okay, come to seated. And you might like to sit on your blanket again. We're gonna go right foot forward, left leg in, and just use the hands behind you to help you sit tall. Spread the toes, really strong legs. Deep breath in, and then twist to the straight leg. So you can stay tall, or you can start to fold. But take your time. Keep working the twist. And like we did at the very beginning, where you kind of grabbed the leg and rounded the upper back a little bit, you can do that here too. So you're breathing into the upper back and taking this more into the back of the heart. And just by pulling on the leg, it wings the shoulder blade back there. And then strong legs, inhale to rise. Switch the leg in front. So first breath, grow tall. Like nice strong legs, spread the toes. Twist. And either stay upright or you can hinge. Okay, inhale to rise. Come onto your back. And just pull the knees in. Rock around a little bit. Do some circles around your low back, your sacrum. Go both ways. And then bring your feet down to the mat about hip bone width apart, as if you're going into a bridge pose. And just take some really deep breaths here. Actually, let's first exaggerate the lumbar. So inhale, kind of arch your back, and then exhale, push the low back down. So you're doing this really big pelvic tilt, but don't lift your hips. And then come back to neutral and just take a big breath in and notice how that arches your back just a little bit. It'll be a lot smaller. So you're not using extra muscles or bones to tilt your pelvis. Just see how much tilts just from taking a big breath, and how much it tilts the other way just from an exhale and a little toning of the belly. You can even make the SH sound. So try to relax the shoulders. The skull is heavy. There's a natural curve in the back of the neck. And just giant breath in, a little tiny tilt of the pelvis. And exhale, strengthen the core. Feel how that tilts the pelvis. So a couple like that. Then we're going to add on. So big inhale, and then exhale, strengthen the core and start to lift the hips. So we'll do little bridge rolls. You can have your hands at your side. Big breath in with your hips up top, and then exhale, roll back down. Take a big inhale once you get there. Just be subtle in the pelvic tilt. Exhale, slowly curl up. So you can also play with arms by your shoulders. That's just a little more kind of like Frankenstein arms, a little more, just a tiny bit more stability work, balance work. Or they can be here by your side. Or you can bring them all the way behind you, backs of the hands to the floor. That feels pretty good to me too. Okay, leave your bum up. Get strong in your legs and just play with leaning a little right, leaning a little left without letting your hips sway a lot. And you might need your arms down for stability. And it's going to turn into a little tiny march. So you're really pushing strong through the foot that's on the ground. Squeeze that whole butt. Stay stable in your core. And it can turn into a bigger march. You can tuck the whole knee in, or you can keep it small and just play with shifting your weight a tiny bit and really activating the butt, squeezing the hamstring. It could be a little tiny step or a big march. Strong core, stable shoulders. Okay, then both feet down, slowly come down, rest. Take your feet a little wide, knees fall together. Big breath in, and relax your face. Big breath out. And do one more little stability core thing here. So come up to tabletop with the legs so the knees are over the hips. Make the SH sound, and then arms in the right over the shoulders. So part one, play with tapping heel, pull it back in. So I'm not just bending my knee. I'm trying to keep the 90-degree shape, and I'm using the strength of the core to pick up the leg. And go back and forth. And you could always forget about the arms and have them help you. More challenging to have the arms up. So a couple add-ons. You might stay here. If you want more, the leg that comes down stretches straight to a hover. And really try to pause in that kind of point where you have to work and then pull it back in. Pause in the working point. If you go past that and your back arches, then you need to back off. It's too much. And then last add on, the opposite arm reaches, pull back in. And you're working really hard to stay stable in your torso and not shift your weight too much. Keep breathing. Imagine that you're just bracing your core, like you give it a squeeze. Okay, one more. And relax. Whew. And shake it out a little bit. Windshield wiper the knees. And then pull the knees into the belly and take them all the way over to the right. Left arm opens, twist. So really you could take any twist you like here. If you like to have the legs different, just nice giant breath in. Try to anchor your shoulders. You can roll your head a little bit. Really big breath into the hips and the belly. Breathe into the heart. My cat is gonna knock you down. Okay. And then slowly come back to center, no rush. Get ready for other side. Take the knees to the left. Any kind of twist you like to do. Really big breath in. Long breath out. Try to be heavy in the shoulders. Relax your jaw, your face. And inhale back to center. And grab onto the legs and just let the knees fall wide. So stay heavy in your hips, heavy in your shoulders. You could stay here, or if you like to do a happy baby, you can do that too. Big breath into the inner thighs. And then get yourself ready to rest. So if you need to put layers back on or put like a blanket under your knees. So do whatever you need to do to get yourself cozy. Relax your fingers and toes. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. And let go again. Bones heavy. Unhinge your jaw, relax your tongue. Let your eyes be heavy in their sockets. Relax the muscles around the eyebrows and cheeks. Settling into stillness. Shavasana. Breathe into your belly, your lungs, and your heart. As you exhale, gently wiggle fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead. Take a lazy stretch. And bend your knees, rest on your side. And come to seated as you're ready, sitting tall. And bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And take a moment to honor your efforts for showing up today. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. May you be happy and peaceful, healthy and strong, safe and protected. And may all beings benefit from your yoga practice. Thank you for coming. Namaste.